Okay, I guess we're gonna start this. Hello, everyone. My name is Twyla Westling, and I'm launching my YouTube channel called the Twylia Zone. Initially, my plan was to launch this to talk about a book I'm trying to write. I'm tentatively calling it Gnostic Grace. I've been waiting for the perfect time to for everything to come together, and just have been getting a lot of messages that now is the time to start the conversation, to hopefully help start the conversation with regard to my belief that grace is our human superpower. And over the course of, maybe the next few months, we'll get an opportunity to discuss what I think the difference is between forgiveness and grace, how I think if we can um, step the concept of grace away from the religious paradigm a bit, we would be able to really dive into how it is that we can have grace and give grace to others as well as receiving grace. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Been something that's kind of cooking in my spirit for a while. I'll tell you right now, I'm no master. I'm learning every day how to live in grace, especially during these turbulent times. It's very hard for me to sometimes get grounded and remember that there is a different place that I can go to try and navigate these difficult times. I have no idea who's going to see this, how it's going to land. I'm not really going to be concerned about it. And as you can tell, I'm not a professional blogger, YouTuber person, and I intend to not really be that person ever. I really want to just show up and hopefully just bring the words that I think are important for everyone. So, what I wanted to get started with a little bit, just to give you kind of a taste. Um, I am a reconnecting Ojibwe Kwe, so I'm a reconnecting Ojibwe woman. I have ancestry through the Ojibwe tribe, and I've been working for something like 30 years trying to reestablish that connection with a lot of trepidation because I didn't grow up in a tribal community, and so I never want to put myself in a place where it's only my voice. So when I come to you and I talk to you about things from an Ojibwe perspective, it is my perspective as a reconnecting Ojibwe. I want to be really clear about that. But through the process of learning about traditions and cultures and language, I've really come to rest on the value of the seven grandfather teachings during this time. And so a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is going to be based on those concepts, the seven grandfather teachings. Additionally, I intend to have my brother kind of co host with me sometimes. I'm the oldest, he's the youngest. So we've got a nice little generation gap going there. And there's two siblings between us. So he and I are both believers in the punk ethos, but he's way more informed about it than I am. And so I want to bring his voice in as well to have this conversation about grace and how do we navigate that and how do we open the space up to do that. But I'm not going to preach at you. I'm not going to, I'm not an authority. What I'm really trying to do on this channel is give space for people to talk about what they think grace is, if they would be able to envision making more space for grace in their lives, and to really kind of explore the foundational concepts behind why I think grace is our superhuman power. Just a sneak peek. I don't want to take too long doing this, but just a sneak peek. Um, I would say that there's one key difference between grace and forgiveness. Forgiveness is transactional, and grace is more spirit based, it's more soul based. Transactional forgiveness is deeply tied to the ego, whereas soul-based grace is deeply tied to your higher self. If you follow along that thought process or that belief system. Um, and I believe we're being called in this moment to, well, I'm trying to land on the word here, to reacquaint ourselves. I think we've all at some point in our lives either have given grace or have been the recipient of grace. And this is the time now where I believe we're being called to reacquaint ourselves with the concept of grace and to wear it as a superhuman cloak, so that we can get through all of these difficult times together. And I'm not going to be, my intention is to not be spiritually bypassy about this, because um, that's the last thing that we need to do, is to not face our issues and our challenges head on. Those are, we got to get real about what's going on here. And so anyway, like I said, not a not a master, not anyone with any particular knowledge, just feeling led to try and start a conversation. So if you happen to be watching this and think that exploring the idea of grace, being a superhuman power, is something that you're interested in learning more about. Just a side note, I do part time, I'm an adjunct professor. And so I have that educator spirit about me. I'm going to try to combine the educational aspect of it, which for me, whenever I'm in the position of being a teacher or a facilitator, I always want to make sure that I'm learning as much from who's in the classroom as I am. So it's a reciprocal exchange of data and information. And I hope that if you're interested in this, that you will follow me, that you will talk to your friends about me. And if you want to leave a comment about what topics you would like to explore with regard to grace, or what questions you might have, that would give me a good place to start. I have a lot of things to talk about and a lot of places to start from. They're kind of all over the place right now. But um, so that's to say that if you were to say, hey, I'd like to know what you think about this part of grace, or I don't understand how this works, if you want me to answer that question or start a conversation with regard to that question, I'm not going to answer it. I'm happy to do that. So thank you for watching. And I'm not a professional podcaster or whatever yet. Maybe I will be in the future. I don't know. We'll see what the path looks like once it starts unfolding. But I will try to be consistent about making these videos. And yeah, I guess that's it. So in Ojibwe, we would say Kimigwech, thank you for watching. And then we would say Bama P, see you again.